Good evening. My name is Dr. Catherine Coronia, and I am the Designated Institutional Officer and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs and Chief Academic Officer for Catholic Health Services of Long Island. Welcome to our 26th graduation ceremony. Certainly a very different celebration than what we would have anticipated coming into this academic year, and certainly different than we could have ever imagined when you joined us for orientation at the beginning of your training here at Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center. However, nonetheless, just as monumental an achievement and one that we would like to celebrate and acknowledge for each of you and your families. Our program will begin with a few words from our local and system leadership, but first we will begin with a prayer from the Most Reverend Bishop John Barris from the Diocese of Rockville Center.
I'd like to congratulate our Catholic Health Services medical education graduates and your families. I am so grateful for the sacrifices you have made to serve Jesus Christ and the mission of mercy of our Holy Catholic Church expressed in Catholic health care. I'm also so grateful, too, for the way you've embraced the power and mystery of the cross of Jesus Christ in these COVID-19 times of trauma and death. I'm so very grateful to you, and now I pray for you. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we ask your blessings upon your Catholic Health Services, medical education graduates, their families, and all their colleagues. We ask that the Holy Spirit may lead you and guide you. May the tongues of flame give you great strength and fortitude, give you great conviction in your vocation to serve the Church and all of humanity. And may Almighty God bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. God bless you all.
Thank you, Bishop Barris, for the beautiful blessing. Today, you take a big step in accepting power known only to an elite group. With your white coat and your diplomas, NPI numbers, medical licenses, DEA numbers, stethoscope, and knowledge acquired over the last 2 to 4 years, you enter today a life of new and vast privilege. You may not have noticed your power or have recognized it over the last few years, and you may not have felt powerful or privileged. Certainly not when you were filling out endless billing forms and swallowing crazy rules and requirements, struggling through hard days of too many tasks. But know this, in return for your years of learning and your dedication to a life of service and your willingness to take an oath to that duty, society will give you access and rights that it gives to no one else. Society will allow you to hear secrets from frightened human beings that are too scared to tell anyone else. Society permits you to use drugs and instruments that can do great harm as well as great good, and that in the hands of others would be weapons. Society will give you special titles and space of privilege. Society will let you build walls and write rules. Throughout your lives, you as physicians will meet people and families at their happiest moments and at their saddest. You will meet them every day, every hour. They will be in disguise. They will be in disguise as a new mother afraid to touch her preemie on the ventilator, as the construction worker too embarrassed to admit that he didn't hear a word you just said after "it might be cancer," as the alcoholic bottoming out who was the handsome champion of his soccer team and dreamed of being an architect someday, or perhaps disguised the child over whom you tower, or the 90-year-old grandmother over whom you tower, disguised as the man who would prefer to know and he who prefers not to know, or disguised as the man who wants you to call him Bill and the man who prefers to be called Mr. Smith. The rules of medicine are not in the hands of the nameless power, not the people who make the rules, the policies, the governmental officials, the accrediting bodies. It is in your hands. What is at stake here may seem a small thing in the face of the enormous healthcare world that you have just joined, the ever-changing healthcare systems. The cost may seem like a nickel to the $2.6 trillion industry, but is what really matters. It is all that matters. It is the person, the individual, the patient, the the poet, the writer, the adventurer, the frightened soul, the wandering mind, the learned mind, the husband, the wife, the son, the daughter. That is who matters in the moment. And in the moment, it is all about choice. You have a magical opportunity. You have the opportunity to decide. You make the choice. You can read the rule book, and someday even write the rule book. Decide. Yes, you can hide behind protocols and policies. Yes, you can say we when you mean I. Yes, you can lock the door. Say, sorry, your 30 minutes are up. You decide, because you can also unlock that door. You can ask, shall I call you Bill or Mr. Smith? Would you like to be alone with your family now? Is there something else that I can do for you? Decide. You can read the rules, the book on how to complete a full history in physical, perform the complex surgical intervention, treat the 60-year-old construction worker with back pain, resuscitate the infant brought in cold and blue, or how to treat the alcoholic with DTs. Or you could say, pardon me. Pardon this unwelcome interruption in your lives. Thank you for inviting me to help. Thank you for trusting me to be a part of your life. Now what else can I do for you? Be the ongoing change that the medical community needs. It is not all about medications, surgical techniques, and the latest and greatest in tools of the trade. It is the human interaction and the dignity that each of you can bestow upon those who seek your help. This is what individuals, families, patients remember, and we all play a part. We are so proud of the physicians you have all become. Maintain the humanistic qualities that brought you into medicine to begin with. Only you can decide. It is your choice. You are our future, healthcare's future. What I have witnessed in each and every one of you throughout your training, and most recently through the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020, affirms that healthcare is in good hands, with you at the helm. Actually in great hands, and you should all be very proud of what you have accomplished, the care that you provided and the sensitivity and compassion that you exhibited. You have all acted incredibly as skilled physicians, professionals, and individuals. Good Samaritan Hospital thanks you. Congratulations to each of you, and God bless you and your families always. Now it is my honor to introduce Dr. Aileen Gesner, President and CEO of Catholic Health Services of Long Island.
Thank you, Kathy. I want to congratulate all of you for what you've accomplished in recent years. I know how hard you've worked. I haven't forgotten my own residency. And you should all be very proud of what you've accomplished. If you're married, I want to thank your families for their forbearance in putting up with your work schedule. I want to make two comments today. The first is that I hope your completion of residency marks the beginning of a lifetime of learning. In the 1960s, the dean of the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine used to address the incoming first-year medical students with the following statement: half of what we teach you over the next 4 years will be proven wrong in the course of your careers. Now, it's not quite that bad anymore, but it's still probably 10 or 20%, not to mention all the unimaginable things that you will learn in the course of your careers that are not known today. So please read your journals, attend rounds, go to professional meetings. Not only are these things intellectually stimulating, these will ensure that you are able to provide high quality care. And last but not least, a very wise person once said, "No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So please keep that in mind. Thank you for your service to Good Samaritan Hospital. I wish you the best of luck in your careers. And now let me introduce Ruth Hennessy, the President and Chief Administrative Officer of Good Samaritan Hospital.
Thank you, Dr. Gersey. I would like to wish a special congratulations to our 2020 graduates from all of us here at Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center. Like many people across the country, these last several months have been unlike anything any of us have ever experienced. But unlike many others your age, you didn't spend that time home from school or working remotely. You were here, right in the midst of the greatest health crisis of our generation. Simply calling you essential would be an understatement of what you've accomplished. And you didn't just live through it, you rose to the occasion. When there was need, you answered the call with a resounding response. Regardless of your areas of expertise and years of experience, you were there for us when we needed you the most. And for that, I will forever be grateful to this graduating class. I'm sure there are things that you have seen and experienced over the past several months that will stick with you for the rest of your careers. However, in that same vein, I hope that every time you hear "Here Comes the Sun" or any Beatles song for that matter, that you can take a moment and be proud of the fact that you were part of the team that helped to treat and discharge more than 1,200 COVID patients. So now, as you prepare for a new stage in your career and a new set of challenges, take comfort in knowing that you can do anything. You've already battled and survived a global pandemic, but there will be times when you're not sure if you can take on the world. And on those days, I would ask that you think back and remember all of your friends and family here at Good Sam, because we will never forget you and what you've done for our medical center. Thank you and good luck. Now I'm pleased to introduce Catholic Health Services Executive Vice President and Chief Clinical Officer, Dr. Patrick O'Shaughnessy.
Thank you, Ruth, and thank you for this incredible opportunity to be part of this magnificent event, and congratulations to the Good Samaritan graduating class of 2020. While the events of COVID-19 have us socially distanced, it remains so important to take time to recognize and celebrate your collective tremendous set of achievements. First and foremost, special thanks to your loved ones who supported you throughout your residency to get you all to this point. I know I would not be where I am today as well if it were not for the sacrifices and support my family provided to me. And what a wonderful program you were all blessed to be accepted into here at Good Samaritan. Let's take a moment to thank your Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Kathy Caronia, and all the incredible faculty and clinical staff that educated and supported you all during your residency training. Now, colleagues, and I can call you colleagues, I would not come to such an event as this without a gift. No, I did not bring a check and a card, but I do have something to offer all of you that I will hope you will value, and that is advice. Now, I'm not Tony Roberts, but I feel I can offer you some pointers that can help you along on your careers. First, some clinical advice, and likely even more important following that is advice about life in general. You see, it feels like yesterday I was sitting where you are, and this year marks my 18th year since graduating emergency medicine residency training. Yes, it goes that fast. So let me share some pearls in the hope that some of this sticks in those beautiful minds upon leaving Good Samaritan and starting your careers. Number one, embrace team-based care. Dr. Atul Gawande, a national leader in quality and safety and writer, wrote a famous article in a New Yorker a few years back regarding the need for more team-based care. We need less cowgirls and cowboys and more pit crews. More team-based care. Less of me and more of we. So I challenge you all, watch an Indy pit crew, watch aircraft carrier flight deck operations, watch a well-organized code being run in an ED. When performed correctly in this fashion, it is seamless, effective, almost musical, like a symphony. You will serve your future patients well if you work in collaborative teams, each person bringing some degree of expertise to the table, but the synergy and overall output of the team is nonlinear and magnified beyond any one person's capabilities. Number 2, embrace the humanity of your profession. Never lose sight of what it is you all are doing. That patient is not just an interesting case. You're caring for someone's grandpa, wife, aunt, son. I will stress for you all, healthcare is called healthcare for a reason. Many times in your careers, you may question what you're doing. For me as an ER physician, I used to always ask, is this really an emergency? Does this patient really need to see me right now? Remember, you're treating a human being, the human condition, the human person, the whole being. Don't lose sight of that. Many times you may be that last person of hope, and they are there seeking your help. Let me share a brief story about what I really learned in emergency medicine residency training. Always look beyond the chief complaint. Number 3, second-guessing your chosen profession. Let me reassure you all that you have invested wisely in pursuing a career in medicine, and especially for choosing to train with us here at Good Samaritan. Population and population growth has grown tremendously over the past decade, and certainly over the past 100 years. 83 million growth annually at a rate of 1.1%. Global population has grown from 1 billion in 1800 to 7.6 billion in 2018. And predictive models say we're going to surpass 11.2 billion by this year, 2020. Population growth rate continues to increase between 23 and 25%. And newly and growing aged people with chronic diseases continue to grow as well. 39 million people were 65 years or older. And by 2030, there'll be 72 million seniors, amounting to nearly 20% of the population. And guess what? They will all need healthcare services, services that you will provide as physicians. To maintain current levels of care, which are largely not ideal, as we all know, primary care levels must increase by over 60%. Healthy Planet 2020 predicts over a 50,000 shortage of PCPs by this year, 2020. What's my point? Despite what you're all reading about with the challenges of the U.S. healthcare field, you all chose wisely and have chosen career paths that will be gratifying, fulfilling, and needed for many, many years to come. Remember the quote, "If it were easy, everyone would be a doctor." This is the best job in the world, despite everything, because of everything. Last piece of clinical advice. Healthcare operates in a VUCA environment. What does that mean? It means you have to innovate, adapt, and overcome. Benjamin Franklin was quoted as saying, "If you fail to plan, then plan to fail." I learned this well from my colleagues at the U.S. Army War College and even some time spent with the U.S. Navy recently. What is a VUCA environment and how do we succeed in an environment like this? Well, V is volatility. Expect the unexpected. Prepare for unexpected, and high reliability science can help you adapt to that environment. U, uncertainty. Change can happen fast. Be prepared for it. Always have a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D. C, complexity. Healthcare is complex. It's high risk and tightly coupled. Teamwork, as I mentioned before, and support when all known limitations are exceeded. Ask for help. Work together. A, ambiguity. Sometimes no precedents exist, which we call the unknown unknowns, right? So again, multiple contingency planning, and remember this, patients do not always read the textbooks. If nothing else, COVID-19 has reminded us all of this quite painfully. Now the life advice. You're all type A overachievers, I get it. Yes, that helped you get where you are now. But remember, the race never ends. So be mindful to balance life and career work, especially now as you start your careers as attending physicians post-residency training. Many of us, myself included, have passed on recreational fun, time with friends or family to support work and career growth. But don't keep pushing these things off for tomorrow. For as it has been quoted, if you pile up enough tomorrows, you'll find you're left with nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. Work-life balance and prioritization is critical for long-term happiness and fulfillment. Prioritize all you have to do, and remember what Jim Collins said in Good to Great. If you have more than 3 priorities, you don't have any. The key is time management, so learn to prioritize, and it's okay to say no sometimes to things that don't align in your immediate priority index. Wherever you are, make sure you are truly there. Shut down distractions, focus on the moment, and enjoy that moment. Cell phones, tablets, there's a constant barrage of information, much of which can wait, some of which is actually meaningless. Weed that out. Save time for creativity and imagination. Albert Einstein was quoted as saying, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited to all that we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there will ever be to know and understand." So save time for being creative and imagining. Think it's silly? Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk all hold time away from all distractions to simply focus on creativity and what could be rather than there is already. In conclusion, embrace and reflect back on all that you've learned in the past and be ready to build upon that platform and embrace your journeys to become our next generation of physicians, our future healers. Continue to learn, and while amassing great knowledge and advancing your careers are important, I implore you to embrace these pearls I have shared with you today. Don't be a cowgirl or a cowboy. Work in collaborative teams. Embrace humanity and truly care for your patients. Don't second-guess your career. Commit to it, but be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Learn how to not only survive, but thrive in a VUCA healthcare space. Balance work with life. Prioritize, and it's okay to say no. Be truly present wherever you are and eliminate distractions and manage your time effectively. Continue to learn, but save time to imagine as well, and then imagine the future and then help create it. You know, the Blue Angels motto is, "The sky is not the limit." So watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character. And watch your character, for it will become your destiny. Thank you again, and congratulations to the entire graduating Good Samaritan residency class of 2020.
It is my great pleasure to introduce Drs. Laura Nimkoff and Rajesh Savargaonkar to present the Pediatric Residency class of 2020. The Pediatric Residency Training Program began in 1999 and has developed, matured, and flourished concurrent with the Pediatric Department's growth in support of the training of future pediatricians. Since 1999, the Pediatric program has grown as an example of quality, maintaining a high bar for training and lifelong education for its graduates. A quality program, however, is not attributed solely to its leadership, but encompasses all who take part in and support the educational experience, especially the dedicated faculty and, of course, the amazing trainees within the program. So without further comment, I would ask Drs. Nimkoff and Savargaonkar to present the pediatric graduates of 2020.
Thank you, Kathy. As a group of residents, you have been an absolute pleasure to have in the program. You have had a strong connection from the beginning and have grown into a group of doctors who supported each other, taught each other, and continue to do the same for your fellow residents. Although very different personalities, you each bring something unique, which creates a special bond and strengthens our residency. During the COVID pandemic, which turned our pediatric area into an adult ICU, you rose to meet the challenge. Although you never thought you could run an adult ICU, you helped manage some of the sickest adults in the hospital. You learned a tremendous amount despite the hardships you faced and helped everyone else make it through. When one of the attendings was especially troubled, you went out of your way to build her up, even though you too were hurting. You have exceeded my expectations, and we all know how high those are. I know I have said it before, but I am here for you, forever, even when you are no longer my resident. Our first resident to be recognized is Ashwini. Ashwini comes to us from the sunny state of Florida, which matches her personality completely. She has one of the most infectious personalities of anybody I have ever known. From the very beginning of her intern year, she has been a positive force within our residency, whether it is encouraging students to present a patient or coaching an intern to do an LP. She projects confidence and enthusiasm to all. Her willingness to meet with applicants or even interview them has made the process more appealing. Just sitting at lunch with them, I can see students' interest increasing the more she spent time with them. On the floor, she is a great leader. She has the right balance of teacher and preceptor, knowing when to help and when to push interns towards independence. Her bar is pretty high. She does not allow any slacking off, as she knows that quality patient care requires meticulous effort. I am so very proud of her ability to meet that level. Ash is heading back to her home state of Florida. She has accepted a position of fourth-year chief resident at Meadworth. She will continue her work teaching a new class of residents to become a group of excellent pediatricians while she decides which path she wishes to follow, whether it be as a hospitalist or entering private practice. Congratulations, Ashwini. I know you'll be terrific at whatever path you choose.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Nimkoff. I cannot believe I'm finally finishing residency. First and foremost, thank you, Amma and Papa, for never telling me no, for being my biggest supporters, even when you didn't agree with my choices, and for being my comic relief when I needed a little good laugh to get my day started on the right foot. To my favorite sibling, Arjun, thank you for the long pep talks, for the fancy New York excursions, and for being my brother twin through all of this. No one will ever understand me the way you do, and I will never be able to express how much I appreciate every moment you spent picking me up these last 3 years. And to the guy that chose to stick by me through this difficult path, Rajesh, you are the most patient man, the most sensitive human, and my everyday serenity. Thank you for laughing and tolerating all my crazy residency mood swings. Saying thank you seems so simple and small compared to what I owe you all for helping me get here. But still, thank you. Lastly, congratulations, residency class of 2020. We made it.
Next up is Margaret Gaughran. I have had the pleasure to fill more roles with Maggie than usual. As chief resident, I have had a close relationship with her. However, before that, I was her advisor, as well as program director and attending. Through these, I have come to know her well. Unfortunately, Maggie and I also share a problem with chronic severe migraine headaches. Living with chronic pain can make one irritable and unpleasant, but this is not so with Maggie. I have seldom seen someone handle themselves as well despite pain. She is a patient teacher and an excellent leader. As a chief resident, there are responsibilities that are unpleasant to handle. Speaking with people about complaints or problems, making schedules, dealing with uncomfortable situations, to name a few. Maggie manages to do all of these while maintaining her position as an equal amongst the third years. She has the respect of her peers, as well as the nursing staff, trusts and respects her abilities as both resident and administrator. During the hectic period of COVID, Maggie and Ravi needed to do daily schedules, maintain rotations, take calls, and help keep everyone together while still staying apart. The chiefs were asked to keep up morale, and they did a wonderful job at all of it. Maggie is in an excellent position and will do a great job in general peds. COVID has made her position in the Bronx delayed in starting, which allows us to be the lucky recipient of that unfortunate situation, because it means she will be doing full-time hospitalist work for the next 2 to 3 months at Good Sam. Congratulations, Maggie. Good luck, and I'm happy that we have more time to work together.
Thank you, Dr. Nimkoff and Dr. Raj. It's really been a blessing to work with both of you through all of this. I just wanted to thank my parents who have been so supportive over the last 16 years of me working towards this career in medicine. My siblings, Stephen and Jen, who really have been there for me, especially these last few months, sending me baked goods and surprises to keep me going through the COVID pandemic. I'm really lucky to have a great support system of extended family and friends who have carried me through this. And I think it proved that it really does take a lot to raise a resident. I feel really lucky to have my class, Ashwini, Ravi, Aileen, and Lukas, who since the first day that we met each other, we've been like family. And the last couple months that we've been working so hard together has really solidified that. Lastly, I'd just like to thank my partner, Mike, who has been there for me over the last few years to cook me food and do my laundry and really keep me going through the torment of residency. But now being on the other side of it, I know that I wouldn't have done anything differently. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do it all here at Good Sam. Thanks.
Next up is Aileen Gesner. Aileen grew up on Long Island but moved for her education. She came back for residency, and we are so happy that she did. Aileen has been an excellent resident, but unlike most residents, she is also a mother. She started residency with one child and had another during residency. When she discovered that some programs have a parental elective, she decided that we should have one too. She came to me with the idea, I had never heard of it, but as she explained it, I became excited. It was a great idea. She did a lot of research and helped me put together a proposal. It needed to be accepted by the DIO, the president of the hospital, human resources, GMAC, and the hospital lawyers. We managed to get through all of them. It became an established rotation just in time for her maternity leave, so it worked out well for her. And now, not only can pediatric residents, but also residents from other programs are able to take the elective. Aileen is proactive in dealing with many issues that might arise. She has a mature way of dealing with things and is willing to fight for what she believes in. Her fellow residents are worth it. During COVID, she was an advocate for those residents, making sure they had what was needed. Aileen has always been strong academically. She now matches that with strong clinical skills. She has become an excellent pediatrician while also being the mother of two. And take it from me, being a mother during training is not easy. Aileen is joining HRH as a general pediatrician until her husband finishes residency. Then the Air Force will have its say. Aileen, congratulations and good luck.
28 years ago, I was born on the 6th floor of Good Sam, and now my journey has come full circle with the completion of my 3 years of pediatric residency here. Being able to take care of my former pediatrician's patients during their admissions was a surreal experience. Coming home to Long Island for my residency meant I got to have my family here to support me on this journey, and I couldn't have done it without them. Thank you to my husband, Tim, who has been by my side through it all for the last 10 years. Thank you to my parents who have spent countless nights and weekends taking amazing care of my boys. And thank you to Owen and family's biggest supporters. And I hope you all how hard I worked to give you the best life possible. Thank you to the attendings who mentored me along the way, and all the nurses who made sure my orders made sense. I'm excited to be continuing my career at the HRH Clinic in Brentwood. Congratulations to all of my co-residents who have truly become a second family. Thank you.
Lukas Martincik. Lukas hails from California and will be heading back there again. We have been very fortunate to have him as part of our residency in between. Lukas is one of the most genuinely nice people you could hope to know. To make it to residency, students often feel that competition to be cutthroat, which does not translate to team playing. Lukas, on the other hand, is an amazing team player. He has a gentleness when dealing with young children and parents of sick kids. On the other hand, his ability to doing heads assessments with difficult adolescents is filled with finesse. When I think of him, I remember our patient at Trisomy 21 who was post-op spine surgery. She wanted nothing to do with us, wanted no part of getting up until he walked in. Her face lit up and her arms reached out to him. He didn't hesitate. He just responded so perfectly to make her smile. He got her up and walking and did that each day she was there. Lukas's rotation through PICU as a senior was a particularly difficult block. We had several very sick, even dying patients, and everyone was struggling. He kept his composure throughout and helped the families and staff deal with it. One of the patients mentioned how helpful he was to them. It was a terrible time for them, and parents often strike out as those caring for them. To be appreciated through that haze means he touched them deeply. Lukas is well respected and appreciated by the nursing staff, and even more importantly, trusted. Lukas will be a wonderful pediatrician, and Kaiser is very lucky to have him. Congratulations, good luck, and we will miss him.
Thank you, Dr. Raj and Dr. Nimkoff. Just wanted to say, heartfelt thanks to my brother, Mirik, David, my mom, and everybody else who supported me through the process. And also don't want to leave out my dad, my grandma, my grandpa. Tato, babičko, dědečku, moje úspěchy jsou díky vám. So thank you all very much.
Ravi Uppal is next. Ravi comes to us from Canada, although he grew up in California. From the beginning, I knew he was going to be special. He was delayed starting because of visa problems, but rather than allowing that to bother him, he hit the ground running. He used the time off to study and pass Step 3, and then to not be behind his class, he forego his vacation that year. You might think that would have made him desperate, but no, he continued to smile all the way through. Ravi has always exceeded expectations. There is not a rotation that he hasn't met with a strong work ethic. There is not a task that he hasn't overcome. There is not a single attending who hasn't been impressed by everything he's done. When choosing chief residents, Ravi came to everyone's minds. We were sure he would do a great job, and he hasn't let us down. He has assumed the role of leader as though it were natural to him. He has a way of making people respect him, even if he is delivering constructive criticism to a junior. The nurses have complete confidence in him, which is never achieved easily. The recent pandemic has been hard on everyone, and Ravi is no exception. However, despite the grueling work and some sad outcomes, Ravi stood up for his residents. He and Maggie tirelessly made new schedules to make sure that everyone had their PPE and generally helped out wherever they could. He supported attendings as well, recognizing that they also need emotional support. Ravi is heading to Mount Sinai's Elmhurst program to be a fourth-year chief resident. He would like to do a fellowship in pediatric EM after that, and I wish him the very best. I know he will do great.
Thank you, Dr. Raj, and thank you, Dr. Nimkoff. It's really unbelievable that we're in this moment right now. These 3 years just blew by so quickly. I first and foremost have to thank my parents. They always set that example for me. They made so many sacrifices throughout their life so that I could be at this point. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you to the rest of my family for always supporting me. And then also to my family here at Good Sam, from all the nurses, the staff, all my attendings, and then most importantly, my peers. We literally got hit with a pandemic, and we persevered and we made it through. There was a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and we stuck together and we powered through. And so I'm so proud of everything we've accomplished this year. And to all the future residents or everyone that still has time, just power through this year. These years will go by so quick. You'll learn so much. And then just remember, always keep it 100 and always, advocate for your patients, for your peers, for yourself, and you guys will be great. Thank you.
Residency training is an extremely difficult time, just in general. The ability to run a program as leadership is also very difficult during regular times. I have the good fortune and blessing to also be the chairman of pediatrics, as well as the DIO for all of graduate medical education. As the chairman of pediatrics, I'm now going to speak to all of the residents in this program. 2020 was like no other year that we've ever gone through in my entire career. Again, residency is tough, but the pandemic, the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic, made it that much more difficult. I want to say that I am so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. The attendings, the residents, every one of you stepped up. When everyone else was leaving the building and running out, you guys were coming in. You supported the patients, you supported the community, you supported Good Sam, and you supported each other. You were an incredible group of people who truly are professionals in every aspect of the world, of the word. You will do amazing things. And I will tell you that healthcare is really in good hands with all of you out there practicing. The future of healthcare and who you are and what you bring with you will be forever yours. And this will define a small part of what you went through. This is a first. 2020 was a lot of firsts. And I would like to present to the pediatric residents a certificate of appreciation. And this certificate reads, in appreciation of your heroic efforts and teamwork in support of Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center and the patients served during the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020, we would like to recognize the pediatric residents. Your devotion and commitment to serving them will not be forgotten. You answered the call as an essential first responder and never wavered. On behalf of the leadership at Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center and the patients we serve, we thank you all for what you have done. June 30, 2020. It has been signed by the president of the hospital, Ruth Hennessy, and myself. And it's just a small piece of the history that you have participated in, that you have performed in, that will forever be part of the history of Good Sam. Thank you, each and every one of you.
I'd like to introduce Dr. Raj Savargaonkar, who is my Associate Program Director, who will say a few words and then bring up the Chief Residency.
Thank you, Laura. So, congratulations to Ashwini, Aileen, Maggie, Ravi, and Lukas. I've had the opportunity to work with you as a student and residents, and it has been a tremendous pleasure to watch each of you excel and thrive throughout this time. All the patients you took care at the health center are going to miss you dearly. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. With this, it's my pleasure to introduce our Chief Residents who will be presenting the Attending of the Year Award. Our training programs could not be what they are today without the incredible support and dedication of our faculty within each of our clinical departments. Each year, the trainees themselves recognize individuals who have made a tremendous difference to them as educators, mentors, and professionals throughout their training. There are so many people, mentors, physicians, educators that have touched their lives with their dedication and commitment to the residents, and residency training programs have truly made a difference. I will ask that after we have presented the graduating physicians for the program, that the program representatives come to the podium and present the award for 2020 Attending of the Year that they have identified. To all of our faculty, please know each and every one of you truly made a difference. It's my pleasure to call Ravi and Maggie, who are our Chief Resident, to present Attending of the Year Award.
So the Attending of the Year goes out to which single attending we found that this year made a great impact for us. However, this is not a usual year. We were hit with a global pandemic, and during that time is really when you can see people's resilience and their character in times of adversity, how people respond and how they step up.
And so we decided, all of us in pediatrics, that we wanted all three of the pediatric intensivists to be our attendings of the year this year. They were with us, taking 24-hour calls every third day, and really teaching us and helping us and walking us through everything that we had to go through. And so we really couldn't have done it without Dr. Rosenthal, Dr. Carmine, and Dr. Nimkoff by our side over these last couple months.
Thank you from all of us.
Yay!
Thank you.
You want to talk? Yeah. Thank you. Really, this means the world to me. It was a privilege. It was a privilege to work with you guys. This is going to be a time in your life that is going to define you. You're going to see how amazing you were with the toughest time in your life, how you stood up, pulled your big boy pants on, and did a fantastic job. You not only you did a great job with patients, but you're amazing. Each one of you, how you kept us going. When I wanted to be in the corner sucking my thumb and crying because of how incredibly difficult it was you guys with your tenacity, with your hard work, and your incredibly huge, huge heart that kept us together. It's been a privilege and an honor to work with you. And this means more than anything, thank you. And I know it's COVID time and I'm not supposed to hug anybody, but please feel the hug from my heart to all of you. Thank you. You may talk now.
Just like at home. Well, how do you top that? Well, thank you. It was truly, as Ravi said, these are unusual times. And the growth that I saw amongst you within that short period, that 1 month, I mean, it was tremendous. Not that you weren't growing up until that point, but just the growth that you exhibited. The third years all the way down to the second years, and even CAG. I still remember that the fantastic CPR that you did that, and so much so that even the adults commented on how great it was. That So thank you. I think we survived. Hopefully there isn't a second wave. If there is, we'll have to do it with the second years, who will be third years. But thank you. Congratulations.
Dr. Raj, I heard you needed me. James, this is ultimate Raj review. You have to be very, very careful. Oh, God of my life.
Drive. Just give the antibiotic. The tap can wait. It's finally here. This is the moment.
Just want to wish you all the best and congratulations on completing your residency. You did a great job, and I wish you all the very best in your futures.
Good luck. Miss you.
I want to say congratulations to all those who've completed the program, and good luck on your future endeavors. And always remember to talk to the patient and listen to the patient. You'll make much better doctors.
So I have this quote that I really like. The miracle isn't that I'm finished, but that I had the courage to start. Because your dreams can only come true if you have the courage to pursue them. Your decision to embark on this journey did not come lightly. It takes determination, optimism, and patience. Congratulations to each of you on all you have achieved. I wish you each passion and inspiration as you keep learning and realizing the best in yourselves. I'll remember each of you with a smile. Aileen, hold the veggies. Ravi, exploding kittens. Lukas, Friday night dates. Maggie, threw out my sushi. And Ashwini always has a hug. Congratulations.
Hi. Congratulations, Ramla. You know what is Ramla? Ravi, Ashwini, Maggie, Lukas, and Aileen. You guys rock. It was nice knowing you. Remember, pediatric number in the ER is 631-376-5030. Give me a call anytime. Good luck.
Hello, third years. How are you doing? Congratulations to everybody. I wish you all the luck in the world, wherever you're going. And if there is any question or anything you need, call us. You know where to find us. And good luck. We will miss you. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Dr. Marino here. Just want to wish you the best. I know you're graduating and I'm not with you. Very odd times. You are adaptable, you are survivors, You've been through a lot. You've been through the COVID crisis, the transition from AOA to ACGME. It's a whole big world out there in front of you. So listen, keep your eye on the ball. You've done really well. Continue to do the same. Make contributions to mankind. Do the right thing. Practice good ethics. I know you will. Stay in touch. Really miss you guys. Bye.
Hi guys. Congratulations on your graduation from your residency. Unfortunately, it cannot be done in person. Crazy times. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, in your personal and professional life. Keep in touch. Good luck.
Hey, graduating class of 2020, Aileen, Ashwini, Maggie, Lukas, and Ravi. You did it. You have completed your pediatric residency program. Congratulations. Now you guys are attendants and the buck stops with you. You'll have a few sleepless nights at first when you realize that your guys are the ones in charge, but you can handle it. You survived a pediatric residency program that was highlighted by some interesting cases, some fun, and a pandemic. I know after surviving all of that, you will definitely be wonderful docs out in the world. Your families are proud of you, but I am also proud of you because I've seen you grow over the 3 years, starting out as nervous first years to now confident third years, where you walk with pep in your step and a little bit more confidence. Continue to believe in yourselves. Continue to learn about your patients and continue to develop. Remember, your patients need you, and those are the ones that you're fighting for. Take care. I wish you nothing but the best. And if there's anything I can help you with, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Congratulations. Get out there. I know you can do this. Later.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Well, you've made it through 3 years of pediatric residency at Good Samaritan Hospital Medical Center. Who would have thought 3 years ago when you started that we would be wearing masks or practicing social distancing or seeing social reform in our society? I certainly was not one that would have known that. I know most of you are thinking, we could have done without it. We didn't sign up for that. It's not something that I wanted to see, but it's something that you did see, and it's something that you will have a story to tell about it. I know that I tell too many stories, but it's important to realize that you have gone through a very important time in the history of the United States and of the world. I've told you stories about my mentor who told me about the polio epidemic in the United States and in the world, and seeing how vaccines changed that. I have told you about the AIDS epidemic and seeing how the development of medications have changed it so that people with HIV can have normal lives. The final chapter hasn't been written on COVIDs, but you will be able to tell that final chapter and say what did change it and what did improve COVIDs and what left life back to its norm or new norm, whether it's going to be wearing masks or practicing social distancing or just getting a vaccine and being able to tell the story of that illness. We love all of you. We appreciate all of you. And while it might be a good trivia question as to who was in the class of 2020 when we had the COVID outbreak, that's not what defines you to us. What will define you to me anyway is the smiles that you shared with us, the stories, your travel stories and mission stories that you shared with us, sharing marriages, sharing babies, sharing bow ties, and even a little OMM that helped me, have a better day. So those are the things that define you. Those are the things that you brought into the program, and those are the things that you will be bringing out of the program and continuing in your growth. Remember that this is a continuous type of growth. You will always learn something. Remember that you should learn something every day. Learn from your patients, learn from their parents. You guys have wonderful social skills and will succeed for sure in the future. Most importantly, we will miss you a lot. Please stay in touch. Congratulations. It's, sad to see you leave, but at the same time, we're happy that you've been successful in what you've done in this stepping stone to your future endeavors. Best of luck. Stay in touch. Take care. Bye. Congratulations.
Hi. Just want to congratulate all you guys who are graduating. You guys were great residents. You'll continue to be great attendants. I hope you enjoy what you're going to do in the next forever. I'm gonna miss you guys a lot. I'm gonna miss our lunch, dinner, and breakfast and everything we have together. And I will miss all you guys, especially this class, because they went through so much with me in 2018. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Me and Carlos and the kids, thank you for helping me get through all this stuff. I appreciate more than you guys would ever understand. So thank you, and I love all of you guys, and please keep in touch. See you soon. Bye.
To the graduating class, congratulations. It's been such a pleasure to work with you guys for the past 3 years. I wish you guys all the best in your future plans and goals. I'm sure you guys will be great at attending. Keep in touch.
Congratulations to our seniors. You guys have come so far, and I'm so proud of you. Good luck with your next jobs, and we'll miss you so much.
Hi guys, I miss you very much. Congratulations. Mwah, mwah.
All right, congratulations, class of quarantine. Again, congratulations on surviving residency, a pandemic, and the great toilet paper shortage of 2020. If you survive that, you'll be able to survive anything, and good luck to Ravi, Maggie, Lukas, Aileen, and Weenie.
Hello, graduating residents. I cannot believe, 3 years just passed by so fast. And it's sad to see you all go, and I really appreciate your help over the last 3 years with your help that you provide during the daytime and nighttime calls. I wish all of you to find the spot you're wishing for and you deserve, and you're all really good, hardworking residents. I would like to be in touch with all of you. I wish you good luck, excellent health, and an endeavor. Thank you so much.
To the graduating class of 2020, it has been an honor and a privilege to work alongside you 5. You guys have really been considered colleagues longer than you know. Your thirst for knowledge and consistency is what has made you guys great and will continue to help you shine as you go forward in life. You all will be sorely missed next year. We really will miss you on the days, on the nights, whether it's busy or not. We definitely will miss you. We miss laughing and working together. Good luck in all your endeavors.